When you log into SAP BTP to build an extension, you're immediately faced with a choice. Before writing any code, you must select an environment. You're looking at Cloud Foundry, Kyma, ABAP, and Neo. As a basis administrator or a developer, it's not immediately clear why these options exist, or which ones you actually need to master. Think of SAP BTP as a large technology park. Inside this park, different buildings are designed for different types of work. Your Java developers need one kind of workspace, while your ABAP experts require a completely different setup. They share the same foundation, but their daily requirements never overlap. In BTP, an environment is that specialized workspace. It provides the specific runtime, tools, and background services a development team needs to build and run their applications. This map shows how BTP branches into its four major pillars: Cloud Foundry, Kyma, the ABAP environment, and Neo. Adopting BTP centralizes your extension strategy, but it requires you to navigate an ecosystem that is deliberately fragmented to serve different technical teams. Cloud Foundry is the environment you will encounter most often. If you are building standard web applications or just starting your BTP journey, this is the baseline. Usually, deploying a web app means you have to manually configure the OS, manage web servers, and stay on top of infrastructure patches. Cloud Foundry is a platform as a service that automates those steps. You drop code into the platform, and the system generates the infrastructure. You focus on logic. The platform handles deployment, scales based on traffic, and monitors the runtime. It's like moving into a furnished apartment. You don't have to worry about the plumbing or wiring. You just bring your belongings and start living. This environment is the standard choice for SAP CAP models, Java, Node.js, and Fiori applications. By giving up low-level infrastructure control, you gain development speed. This makes Cloud Foundry the efficient default for most standard extensions. Then there is Kyma. It's a common mistake to think of Kyma as an upgrade to Cloud Foundry, but it actually serves a different purpose. Kyma is built on Kubernetes. It is designed specifically for cloud-native applications that require a high degree of containerization. To use the previous analogy, if Cloud Foundry is a furnished apartment, Kyma is buying raw land and designing your own house. You have total architectural freedom, but you are responsible for the construction. Developers use Kyma to deploy microservices in Docker containers, wire up API gateways, and manage event-driven architectures. This increases the administrative workload. Basis teams must monitor pod resources, manage networking rules, and handle access controls that Cloud Foundry would normally automate. Kyma trades simplicity for architectural control. It is intended for teams already working with Kubernetes who need to manage custom microservices and containers. The ABAP environment, often called Steampunk, is the path for traditional SAP developers. It allows teams to leverage their existing ABAP skills without needing to learn Java or Kubernetes. It is essentially a cloud-native ABAP system that runs directly on BTP. This setup is the foundation of the clean core strategy. Instead of modifying the S/4HANA backend, you build custom business logic and wrap applications, attaching externally through API bridges. By keeping extensions external, you prevent technical debt accumulating inside your core system. This approach changes how you handle system updates. Because the core remains untouched, you avoid the weeks of manual conflict resolution and regression testing that typically slow down an S/4HANA upgrade. The ABAP environment allows you to keep your core pristine while continuing to use the language your team already knows. Finally, there is Neo. This was the original cloud runtime for SAP, and it still hosts thousands of applications built years ago. You can think of Neo like Windows XP. It was a reliable standard for a long time, but it has been surpassed by newer technology. As the industry shifted toward multi-cloud architectures and open-source standards, SAP moved its focus to Cloud Foundry. While Neo is still used to maintain existing legacy applications, it isn't recommended for new projects. It's a platform for maintenance, not for new innovation. To choose the right environment, you have to look at your project requirements and your team's skill set side by side. This matrix outlines primary use cases for each pillar. Cloud Foundry is home for SAP CAP and Node.js. Kyma is the choice when workloads require Kubernetes or AI containers. The ABAP row handles cloud-native SAP logic, and Neo is kept strictly for legacy maintenance. Choosing an environment is a strategic decision. You want the best fit between your project's architecture and the skills your team already has. Let's look at how this works in a real project. Suppose the business needs a Fiori mobile app for S/4HANA leave requests. Following the flowchart for a Fiori app, the path leads to Cloud Foundry. If the requirement shifts to an AI chatbot relying on custom containers, it moves toward Kyma. If you need custom ABAP logic, it points to the ABAP environment. If you are new to BTP and aren't sure where to start, begin with Cloud Foundry. It's the most common entry point for modern SAP extensions. In the next video, we'll look closer at the Cloud Foundry architecture, including how to manage spaces, build packs, and routes. You don't need to be an expert in every environment. Just know which workspace fits the blueprint of the application you're building.
Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon.